Alright boys, welcome back to a Rank Frost video. So yesterday we got the announcement that a new LR is coming towards the game. And the first initial look in towards the teaser is very obvious who it's going to be. It's going to be King, right? Because obviously there's a massive crown there. It's just a dead giveaway. And one thing I've learned from my mistakes in the past is reading too much in towards these teasers. We've done it before with Everson collab trailer. I've done it with Echidna where I thought she was going to be dark type and I had to pay Rigatoni £15 because I was that gun-ho about it being dark type, and it turns out she wasn't, just because the text of the color was dark type. So, you know, I've made my mistakes and we've all made our mistakes here. But now with this new background, history is repeating itself. And a lot of people are probably reading too much into this teaser, so we have to talk about it. So let's jump over to Reddit. I may be seeing things, but I don't think King is the next LR. So the big controversy is what's it even called? It's like the gateway somewhere, like Luducio Sigma's hideout, where basically Manaska went into it, changed the location of it, and it was able to summon Demon Gopher through a portal. And you know, to be fair, this is a festival. I'll back it, right? I say this is Demon Gopher 100% hands down. Maybe a dual unit between Tenkamam and Gopher, and obviously Demon Gopher. It will be pretty sick. Now people are, you know, speculating. Well, what does the background mean? Personally, I just think it was a background he chose because it looked nice and went well with the picture. Once again, I think the dead giveaway is the King crown. Once again, it could be, someone said down here, Luducio, because obviously Luducio is, you know, he's not the king. They never called him the king. You think you're the king? I'm the king. But DCL was like the king of the Archangels, plus with the actual, you know, background. People thinking maybe it's basically DCL getting an actual LR, which would be pretty cool, by the way, because if one character deserves it, it kind of is him, because his relic cucked him, his stats cucked him, his super win cucked him. Getting LR being above everyone else would be a good thing for him, to be fair. All right, so once again, I could be wrong here, but I'm going off my opinions and what I've experienced for the last 2-3 years in the Grand Cross community of reading way too much into the actual, you know, teaser. I mean, we saw the last collab one where the guy was in front of the truck and we thought it was going to be, what is it? Shadows of Emergers of Shadows. I can't remember what the anime is called, but this one says here it could be Luducia or Margaret. The reason is because the Celestial Portal Kingdom is connected towards Luducia, well, like I said already, and the crown could be the fact that there's royal blood. That'll be too big brain for obviously Netmar, but the teasers are so bait and so obvious sometimes that the first thing you see should be what we think it is. You know, sometimes the collab trailers or the collab teasers do get a bit like they don't really give away straight away because there is no giveaway. It's more like teasing it a little bit. Like once again, the Shield Hero one, it took us like 2 days to get the actual second teaser to realize what it actually was, say from a Sugar Tensei. I mean, we take a look at the actual Attack on Titan collaboration one. Bear in mind, we got leaks, like, you know, we kind of knew it was AOT, but like you can tell almost straight away it was AOT. The smoke, the backgrounds, you know, they kind of give away straight away in turn one, you know, the first actual teaser, and then teaser 2 is more or less a confirmation. So unfortunately today it's been 24 hours since the actual release of you know, the LR, and they've yet to post another teaser. If it was the DCL when they're kind of, you know, trying to throw people off within the first tease, then the second teaser would have essentially, you know, given us another hint. Maybe instead of the crown not being there, it's, you know, some wings or something, and then you can say, okay, that's the DCL, maybe it is towards a goddess. But so the fact that this is the only teaser we're getting, and it's just one crown, and it's only can be a king, you know, it has to be king, obviously. Plus, like I said already, you know, they're gonna go towards the important characters. Margaret DCL getting LR, and while I like the character and it's definitely kind of iconic, definitely not on the same level as getting, like, you know, Festival King or even a Small Wing King. Same for the DCL, quite iconic, but not on that level just yet. And I think we should start with the early characters, which is why we got Escanor, why we got Lost Fane. Granted, the DCL kind of is in that range of like the first year characters, but towards the end a little bit of it. I'm gonna see some comments that like people are thinking like the next festival character could be you know, based off this little celestial door here. Maybe it's you know, Demon Gopher, because I do think now that King is gonna LR, the next festival character is gonna be either Gopher or Diane. More or less going towards Gopher now actually. So it's you know, it actually could be Tenkamam and Gopher. Maybe this is teasing it, but very unlikely. You could argue Red Gopher as well, but I wouldn't tease this for Red Gopher. I'd tease more like that actually, like, you know, Gita's dad Dale would tease that little bit. The Slater interaction, that's probably my go-to if I was to actually start teasing you know, Gopher to be an LR. Judging by chess piece, I think this is a Queen's Crown. Could it be Elizabeth? To be fair, that could be a fair shout, you know, the fact that it's like, you know, that I could back. That one little thing. Once again, I think that's too big brain for Netmar, but I just don't see him doing this. So maybe I'm wrong once again, but yeah, that's something. Maybe it's a hint towards obviously wheelchair go for next festival or Nero Bascom as a unit. Once again, I don't think we know the next character coming is going to be seasonal Elaine, so I don't think that's going to happen. To be fair, Neobasta or Festival Gopher could be this character coming, but I don't think there's any hint towards it because it'd be a bit too early. Because Neobasta will come out for like 6 weeks from now, which would be a bit too early to start teasing, and then Gopher save for when he's actually coming out. As a fellow fairy enjoyer, I'm hoping for OG Blue King. I'm sorry, you're a fairy enjoyer, by the way, because it's not been an easy time for Grand Cross, but hopefully the time has come. I suppose he's come from Carry, but there's actually a pretty good actual connection here. Once again, could be the reason why they chose the background if there isn't any connection towards it already. But that lore, that arc, that section of the story was how King got his wings. He went back in time, you know, did what Glucksini didn't do, and then trained enough and got his actual wings. So that once again could be hinting towards actual Festival King, or the Festival Small Wing King getting his actual LR form, which is what I think to happen. And we got to bear in mind, you know, we're getting Elaine. Like if Elaine wasn't leaked and we had to speculate what was coming, then sure, maybe I could back a goddess and maybe it's gonna be a goddess. But I think with the fact that Elaine's coming out, who is gonna support Festival Full Wing King, or sorry, Small Wing King actually, it's like, how can you justify and say, like, how can we ignore the evidence and the big elephant in the room and say that it's not King? Like, everything's lining up, but like, it's this perfect timing to get a new LR King. Alright, so Amazing's actually in the comments here. The reasoning people are giving is fair, but what is the crown referring to if it's not for King? Also knows the pillow holder on the King is very similar towards the pillow King actually owns. Fair? Yeah? Oh, it actually is, you know, hang on. Okay, so the only King with an actual pillow, which is amazing customization, by the way. I really wish we had another King. Or, you know what, back it. Give LR Fat King an actual LR, right? Make him actually usable, because there was never actually a good LR King. This outfit is sick, by the way. So, yeah, you know what, I'll back it, Fat LR King. Alright, so yeah, boys, I think that's kind of it, right? Let me know what you guys think. There are some good theories here. I will back it. Like, there are, like, a lot of connections towards, obviously, other characters. And I think it simply comes down to they just picked a nice little banner. But, once again, I do like the idea from what Carrie said, that it could be the fact hinted towards Festival Small Wing King, since this is the time he did get his small wings, and with the King and with the, you know, the new actual Elaine coming out, it'd be pretty weird to get a new Elaine who's going to support fairies and maybe King, and then get a Luduciel. You know, it doesn't really make too much sense. I think we kind of figured it was going to be King before we saw the teasers, and now people are switching up, which seems very, very weird. But I am definitely looking forward to now who it actually is. We do know it's King, but which one? Is it going to be the Small Wing King, you know, the actual festival one, or is it going to be Blue Skinny King? Either looking forward towards both of them, because I think they're going to look very, very good. I would love to see the actual festival one, because I've never really used him on Global, and I would definitely love to use him. Is he 6'6" for me? He is, and I love Abyss too, so we'll love to take it. Also, now curious to see what the actual next festival character is. It should be Gopher, but I feel like Gopher right now, like, there isn't a clear-cut what Gopher we get in, apart from like 10 Commandment or like a dual unit. I'd love to see a new Glucksini though. If we get the Glucksini with the Yakuza armor after getting an LR King and an actual Elaine, that would be perfect timing. Please, Netmarble, give us the armor Glocks. That'd be sick. So, now hoping out for that one. We'll just wait and see. So, boys, thank you for watching, and yeah, peace.